Okay, so oh my goodness. Okay, this is actually working. Um, hi. Okay, we're live, Andrea.
Hi everyone.
Hi. I just wanted to come on here and discuss um what I've been up to for Valentine's, seeing as Valentine's Day was so big for me last Valentine's. Um, Andrea has kind of helped. Um, Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure something out here. How I can put it on Facebook. Oh, I don't know if we're still live. Okay, I think we are.
They're still alive.
Okay, there we go. So, um, yeah, so I guess I was just discussing how I really poured myself into work and I decorated um, these pumpkins. I took the kids had their face in pumpkins, and I took that and I turned that into hearts and put little flying hearts up and down the hallway. Little tiny, like you just make a little heart and you fold it, and it looks like flying hearts. So up and down our hallway is those flying hearts, and then the hug me, you rock, be my Valentine, those big hearts down the hall to communicate to the children love. Um, and Friday was our big party where um, we had the children had they're going to display their play, so they made up a play. What we had one of our more active children who is active in more aggressive ways direct the play because that's a skill that I've realized he's really good at writing songs, writing stories, just using his brain for writing in general. And um, so he wrote the play, and we were to perform it on Friday. Um, I also provided some treats in the office. It was some, what do you call this thing? Clementines that Andrea put. Um,
Yes, you know what? I don't remember what it called.
she put, what did you put on the Clementines, Andrea?
Heart?
Mm-hmm. We wrote, drew little hearts on them and said, um, have some of my love, take one love from my love bags because I have 30 there's 30 that work in the childcare in the school there, and I didn't have enough, so I wanted them to take one love. So it kind of had like a Black History Month type love theme going on, and I got "Love You All" balloon, and for the office, and for our room, I got a balloon that said "You're out of this world," because they're going to be doing the play. And so we had this big party where I got them different Valentine's candies and different Valentine's. Um,
Um, different Valentine um things for the kids.
hmm
You know what? It was so much fun yesterday. I can't remember everything.
It's
It was
too much stuff.
exciting. Yes.
Andrea wrote, you like for the boys and girls, I wanted to write, "You are beautiful, you are wonderful," so that it's a very declarative statement. Andrea wants to put your, but your is not a very declarative sentence. So I need them to really feel like they are beautiful.
Yes.
They are that. When you say your, it really kind of takes away from the declarative aspect of it. Um, that really, I don't know, demoralizes the message,
But you know
right?
what happened? I didn't know that. Okay, I used to put ARE, you are. But because I have this thing when people write your, so that's when I had an idea like, okay, that's how you're supposed to put it.
hmm
But I God says, correct me.
It's kind of like a slang. Your is like a slang for
Oh,
you are.
God.
So if you want, like I said, it demoralizes the message, and I
Mm-hmm.
really need that message to hit home, especially to the girls or to the boys that need to feel beautiful as well. There was,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the personality, I wanted to say different things because if I say you are beautiful to Anya, she doesn't really care about that. She's gonna be like, ew, like why am I beautiful? Like that's so dumb. Why is Michelle telling me I'm beautiful? Like she wants to be awesome or you're wonderful. So for a lot of the majority of the boys, I put you are
Beautiful,
wonderful,
yes. But
and
I
for the
corrected.
majority of the girls, I put you are beautiful because
Yeah.
there are some girls they don't. They're so um multifaceted. They really do not care about being beautiful. Like for them, they want to be able to play sports, they want to be able to write, they want to be able to
Mm-hmm.
draw, they want to be able, they're just like hands on. They have no insecurities there at all. They don't even really care about that. Okay.
Not at all. But I corrected that. God says, correct me. So I write over the A. I put the A. So I to
Yeah,
write
you are beautiful
beautiful.
and you are
Are wonderful.
wonderful.
From now on, I'm gonna put
Yeah.
exactly what he taught me.
If you're writing, you want to
Mm,
sound a certain way. If you want to sound professional too, as well. If I was writing to my friend, I might say your, but
mm,
I might not. Me personally, that's just not my. Um, that's not the way I would talk because I want to talk very powerfully. And
mm.
when you put that word, those two words together, you cheapen the message. So anyways, enough about
You,
grammar.
yes. But I get it now. I'm going back to my old way because I never used to put your. I used to put you are. But thanks to my darling sister here, I'm gonna remember to put the correct sentence.
Well, declarative
The
sentence.
clearest. Yeah.
So it rained yesterday, and so I was bringing a lot of stuff in the rain. And there's a little miracle there because, like, I know it was a test of it because I left pretty late because I was also trying to get my rent paid and blah 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 blah, this that and the third. So
Mm-hmm.
I left pretty late, and I had a whole box of oranges, and I had all these gifts for the children, and a lot of, and my purse. My purse is like
Everything.
my purse is like 10 pounds at least in itself,
Yeah.
and I'm just walking in the rain, and the bus is super late. The bus is always late when you are when it's raining. So I was going to be late for work, and I'm just going to talk to the little miracles, the little tests of faith where you try to walk with God and believe Him for the little things. Because if you can't believe Him for the little things, how are you going to believe Him for the big things, right?
True.
So I'm like, Jesus, please let me be on time for work because they do not mess around. They're always just like, okay, well, you dock your pay a half an hour. So like, what happens is if I don't get there, I'll at 2:30 when I'm supposed to be there, and I get there by 3. That means that that's about $50, a half of $100 off of my paycheck, right? It's a lot of money
Oh
for me
my
to
God.
not be making, right?
Whoa. Pardon me, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fair amount. Oh, actually, I digress. Still, it takes away from my paycheck, which nobody wants to do that. So, anywho, oh no, how much do I make in an hour? Like about 20. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that. So here's the thing. So I'm praying to God. The bus is not coming. I don't have my bank card because I gave it to my friend to pay my rent, which I still need to call them about because When I came home, they were sleeping all of a sudden. Couldn't give me back my bank card, but I need it today because um, I have to print out a bunch of cards for Sunday school that I have to sign for those children there. It just keeps on going on. And Andrea here, she's making some oxtail. Tell them about what you're doing for church.
So the family who lose a loved one that needs someone to cook and I volunteer to cook. So speaking now, the oxtail is in the oven and I just give myself some time because I soon have to make the rice and peas. So I'm putting because it's family, I don't know how much people. So I'm gonna put in two can of rice and two can of peas in a pot, make it boil, because it boil already, so make it come more softer. And I'm gonna put in the milk and seasoning.
So you boiled the rice already?
No, you can put it in the right in a piece.
Okay, I thought you cooked the rice already.
No.
Okay.
So um after this I'm gonna start rice and peas because it's easy, like the rice and peas is like ABC. But the oxtail, I just wanna make sure the oxtail finish. Make them
She's
what?
acting like she doesn't know how to like. She knows. She turns around twice and the stuff is done for her. This is so easy. She pretends she's sitting down the whole time she's cooking. Okay, I don't know
Me
anybody.
pretend
I don't know what part of this is hard for her. Like
I'm just
her
relaxing.
hard is easy. Okay, so
I don't know, it just because it's not for me, that's why. It's not for me. So I wanna make sure it's too perfect. I'm gonna show my mom something that she think can't cook, right? So when I finish taking the cooking, I'm gonna take video of a picture, send it to my daughter, send it to the world for everybody to see what I'm cooking.
And I could never get her to cook for Christmas, this, that, but she's actually cooking for Jesus right now. She's cooking for the church,
Amen.
which is the best thing. Like, nobody can get you to do something, but your skill is there for God anyways. It's
Yes.
not for anybody else.
No.
So when God needs you to do something, that's when is the most important time to do
Do
it.
it. Yes.
So, but anyway, so I'm trying to get to work, and it's like, what was it, 2:17? The bus still not hadn't come.
Oh my
I gotta
gosh.
be there for 2:30. I'm like, Jesus, I am trying to believe you. I am trying so hard. Please help me, Lord. And the Lord, He doesn't turn things around in a way that you can conceive or that you understand. He turned things around in a way that is very creative, very mind blowing, very like, okay, this couldn't have happened without God.
Mm-mm.
So I finally get to work and
Yes.
I got there before 3 o'clock.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it was like maybe 2:45, but that was pretty impossible too because the bus didn't come until 2:20. Yeah, yeah, it didn't come until, so anyways.
It's
And
so
I have to
bad.
go, halfway across the town just to get, from where I live. I don't want to give out my address,
Mm-mm, no. You
to
don't do.
down where Drake lives. Okay, I live near Drake's house, near Bridal. I work near Drake's house. So um yeah, I get to work, and my boss doesn't say anything, and they didn't really even notice, so I didn't have to dock it off of my pay.
Amen.
But
God is good.
getting there late meant I didn't get to get all of their treats and stuff together
Mm.
because it was so cute. I had them take two paper plates and they put it together to make like a heart,
Mm-hmm.
um, because it's, those bendable paper plates. So they put it together to make a heart, and then I put all of their stuff inside of there,
All
and it makes like a bag. You
right.
put like a ribbon across and it makes like
Mm-hmm.
a bag. So
All
we didn't
right.
get to get any of that stuff together, so I had to stay late after work to put together all of their goodies, their goodie bags and stuff for Valentine's, because my partner, he didn't. he didn't really care about Valentine's, so it was all on me. And they didn't give us any money for Valentine's either, so it was 100% on me to do anything because this is a time when Yanni proposed to me. It's a holiday. It's a special time, and I was wondering if I should do like a party. Like I kept on asking Andrea. Remember Andrea kept on
Mm-hmm.
saying like, should I do a party? Should I do something every Valentine's? I really don't know how I'm gonna feel. Like I've been, having to stop to cry, having to slow down. Something I'll see something and it'll trigger me, and like I was shopping at one of the Dollaramas for the kids yesterday, and I saw the last card there was um, what did it say, to my beautiful wife, and it was the last Valentine's card that was left there, and I'm like, okay, that's like that's for me, that's for me, even though it's not for me, it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
So um, if he was alive, um, you know. But uh, so this weekend, um, have a few videos to release, and just about what Yanni did for me on Valentine's. Um, I don't know what I'll be doing because I don't really have money now that I've spent it all at school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I have bills and stuff like that. So, and I really don't like. I never really had a Valentine's when I was with somebody, so I didn't really know what to do for Yanni on that Valentine's Day because he had mentioned some things that were not PG. And so I tried to talk to him about it to get an understanding of what he wanted, but they weren't anything showy or extravagant or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he basically, like his birthday too, he just wanted to do nothing. And I'm just like, ugh, okay, it's hard because you want to give back to guys, but it's like
Yeah.
you try to ask them what they want, and you try to plan something, but then they don't want that. So you just you don't know how to give to them in a way
They end
that,
up paying.
yeah, they are because when my son was little, I could have all types of birthday parties for him
See?
because he didn't have a say. But once he got older and I had to ask him, it was so hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost impossible.
When the kids get older, they don't need anything.
No, they do, but they're not gonna tell you. Like my son, he wants to do cool things, and I'm not cool. I'm tacky more. I would say I'm more like quirky. I'm quirky. I'm definitely not cool. So speaking of quirky, I'm gonna show. So I was in Montreal. I was worried about his cancer, and I was cooking because the next day after Valentine's, I had to leave. Um, I had to leave for 2 weeks, and so I was making 2 weeks worth of meals for him to eat. And I didn't have anything, but I put together these, just a little card. You see, I tell you how quirky I am, okay? Very quirky. Happy Valentine's Day. And in the card, and I think I decorated the table a little. I didn't have much because I couldn't get to the store. I didn't know the stores there, and I don't drive. Like I would have needed help to be able to do something for him.
Mm-hmm.
So it just there's Michelle Vaughn loves you. And for him, that was a big thing because he was big with like declaring your love. He was very upset with me, even at the beginning of our relationship when I announced him as my friend because I thought I, for me it's not a big thing for me. It's like it doesn't matter to me how you introduce me too much as long as we feel it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But for him it was a big thing, it was a big love language, and I realize now I've been corrected. I was a jerk for that. I should have said, right out, this is my boyfriend, you know? I didn't
Mm.
know how that would wash over at church. So I kind of refrained from that
Oh,
at church.
okay.
But,
Church.
I should have just said my boyfriend. So
Yeah.
it says, Michelle loves you, Yanni, um, who, Lord willing, will soon be Michelle Strickax. And the Lord was not willing. But when you believe in God, you have to be able to not just believe in God for what you want, when you want. You have to believe in God whether or not He answers your prayer.
Amen.
Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, Nebuchadnezzar, whether our God saves us or not, we're not going to bow down to you. Now, God did save them because He is faithful,
Yes.
and but it is a testament that they were fixed in their heart that whether or not God gives me what I want, I'm serving God.
Still, amen. Yes.
So it's not just about, today it's a very materialistic um, type of faith where only if God gives me everything I want, then I'm going to serve Him.
Mm-mm.
And, there is that you do see little glimpses of that in the Bible, but you have to have strong faith. You have to be in a place where whether or not God gives me what I want, I'm still going to believe in Him
Exactly.
because it's not about my plan, it's about His plan.
Yes.
And Mary and Martha, they were thinking like, Jesus, how come you're not moving? Like, how come you're our brother Lazarus is dead 2 days now? He was sick and now he's dead, and you still haven't come. And it's 2 days after, and now you're deciding to come. And for them, they could say, "Oh, I don't really believe," but Jesus is like, God has a purpose here because nobody's going to be talking about this if Lazarus is sick and I bring him back. But if he's dead and I have to bring him out of the tomb,
Mm-hmm.
that's what God wanted to do. What Mary and Martha wanted Jesus to do was a totally different thing. But what God wants to do involves your pain,
Yeah.
involves a lot more pain than you want to have. You know what I mean? So they're literally like their brother died. Yeah, they're going to feel some pain. For me, when I was waiting for my bus and 2:30 came,
Oh my
I
God.
was feeling pain, okay?
Oh my gosh. I can imagine.
And my phone has no batteries. I can't even really call, and I don't really want to call. And like I was feeling, and then I'm lugging this big bag, and I'm just like,
Oh
God,
God.
please, I thought you, come on, help me out, Jesus, help me out, Jesus, do
Yeah.
something, Jesus, you know.
And he did. But the faith, yes, it is how we show our faith to God is actually true.
Our pain is involved. Jesus didn't even get answered. God, Jesus is like, please take away this mission from me. Is this,
Mm-hmm.
I have to go be nailed to the cross right now? Like, I don't really want to do that.
Exactly.
But God is like, no, this is what you got to do because this is the testament. We got to save the whole world here. Okay. I know you're having a weak moment. I'm not going to give you what you want in your weak moment.
Mm,
But God's plan involves your pain, not your pleasure.
exactly. Regardless, I believe in that God, matter. Sometimes even the answer is not for us. Okay? Seriously, I believe in Father God from I was a child. I talk to God from I was a child. Sometimes that the God don't answer me, I'm not gonna get mad. You know why? We don't. We're gonna say, where is God? Well, no. Regardless, faith. faith. Show Father God you believe, trust, and have faith in Him. I have to do that. You know what I'm talking? I have to prove to myself that I believe in my Father. I mean, God is all. I believe in Father, I believe in my mother. Excuse me, sis. I just checked it.
Yeah. And his plans, I'm believing that his plans are better than ours because you know Andrea really is my example in faith. Because she, we were trying to go down to what do you call this thing, to Montreal, and we completely missed the bus, completely. But Andrew's like, let's just stay here. Let's just stay here and see if God has something for us. Do you remember that, Andrea?
Yeah, I remember.
And the guy who owns the thing, we saw him, and he confided in us about all of his stress and his worry about Greyhound or whatever it was. Was it Greyhound? Something via rail or whatever, shutting down completely because COVID has completely desecrated their business, and they don't even have buses going to Montreal too much, and they don't even have a depot in Montreal because of how terrible this COVID-19 pandemic has been on them. And he just gave us a ticket, another ticket for the next day. And if Andrea hadn't been there to just tell me, Michelle, let's just sit here, let's have faith, let's see what God is going to do, let's pray, I would have just left.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, because you can't just give up like that. Just okay. So you want to leave, but let's wait and see what happens. Just don't give up like that. Father God don't want us to give up. Who knows? Maybe Father God was even testing us out too to see how much faith we have in Him. Yes, I love. I try to help sis in
But that was an
much
example. That was an example of
example.
faith.
Yes.
And for me too, I have a hard time believing in God for like business stuff, like being on time for work and being a good citizen. Like I feel like God doesn't really care about that. And but my pastor, he's very like business type of Pastor Nathan. He was an example of believing in God for the little things, like being on time for work. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Putting yourself together for work. Like you can believe God for those things
Yes.
too. It's not just about crying in the wilderness and fasting and doing all these type of things that have absolutely no business with 2020, 2021, but things that are very pertinent to us today. God is a very present help.
Yes, it is.
How to put yourself together so that your boss is gonna like you, and
Yeah.
like these type of things I didn't really feel I can believe God for, but but my pastor, who's all like very business type
Hmm.
person, really is helping me to see that those things are not silly. Those are big things. Those determine your financial uh, well-being, your ability to help other people. If I didn't have any money, I wouldn't have been able to show the kids a great Valentine's Day and to show my coworkers a Valentine's Day and to decorate everything and get treats
Hmm.
for them, because I wouldn't have had the money to do that if I didn't have a job. And if God doesn't help me to have a job and to have sustainability, I'm not able to do anything for anybody.
Exactly. True.
So business is very important.
It is. I don't know how I can keep up to go to work, but I'm not sleeping like I used to. I realize I'm coming back to my old self. Thank you, Father God.
I'm
Thank
gonna let you talk because I'm gonna get the brownie. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, sis. Yeah, waking up on time to go to work is not easy. I'm not been working for. many years because I was fired, and I didn't give up at that time. I was trying to find another job. I don't know how it go because I have someone help me to go get my job, and it was not available anymore. Once you're independent, they leave you alone. You're on your own. And there was at the time Laplace was so close to me, and I went over there with my resume. Then I realized that I need to give them time to call me. Those who have faith with that is God and trust that they will call me. I go the next day and the boss said, "Oh, I have to go online." I don't need to go online because I already given my resume. And you know what? I said, okay. I decided to just, I didn't quit. I just didn't know what else to do, and I just go somewhere else. I just enjoy my life as it is. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. Yee. Oh, gravy browning.
Yeah.
All right.
So, just as I was saying, bring your business concerns to God because He cares about that too.
Yes.
He cares about that too. And we seem to separate business from God.
Mhm.
But, as Miles Monroe said, the kingdom of God was his business.
Mhm.
And he wanted you to be about his father's business. And his Miles Monroe's take on it was that, and I don't know if I share this with him, his take on the gospel was that you were supposed to be about God's business, which wasn't just hiding in the church.
Yeah.
That Jesus Christ went to the church. Church is only just to be about the business of God because those people were hiding from the world. But God wanted you to be in the world, in businesses, infecting those places for God, and being an example of God and bringing God into these places.
Yeah.
So um, that was his take on it, and that the word business is used in the Bible quite a bit, to
Mm.
be about, didn't you know I got to be about my father's business? This is what Jesus Christ, the first thing he said to his mother and his
When
father.
he was 12 years old. 12. I was like, huh? I saw the movie, and I don't know if I read it. I saw the movie, and
Do you want
I
to
was,
put it on it now before I start really cook
yeah.
too much, because then it will get it, because it's been cooking for a minute already,
Oh, don't you say okay.
So put it in, maybe put it in a cup first. See how it runs out, because you got to stir it up to
Yeah.
get it. Is there a lot of liquid inside of the oxtail?
Just water. Look at the water.
Because you don't want it to just be in one spot. It has to go equally. It's kind of like a dye.
Yeah.
So if it just goes in one spot, it's just going to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Black in one spot. And just use a little because it's black. It gets black. Like, you don't want it to be too dark. You understand?
No, not
So
yet.
be very, very, very careful.
That is it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, anyways, I just have to go about my day, but this Valentine's Day, last Valentine's Day, I really just want to say thank you to Gina, who made me some chocolate for my son, a chocolate cake, for my son, and say thank you to Kellyanne, who made that day so special. Like I said, I hadn't really been in a relationship before, so I didn't, on Valentine's Day, so I didn't know exactly what I was supposed to do. I wasn't really experienced with it, and not that you should have a book about what to do; it should come from the heart. But I was just, you know, I didn't even know how to get to Shoppers Drug Mart at that time in Montreal. So um, my ability to have mobility to even to use the little $10 that I had, um, was not accessible to me. So um, I couldn't really do too much besides cook for him, okay, and clean for him, and you know, uh, but I really implore the women to be A+ women. Like Yanni really gave me an A+ boyfriend experience for Valentine's Day, with the balloons and the flowers and my name across the table and the perfume. And him and his daughter went around for weeks getting a ring for me to propose for Valentine's Day. And preparing everything for one day is pretty hard. It's to be on time for just that one day. Some people are very fussy. It can't be a day late or a penny short, or the whole thing doesn't count. And I don't prescribe to that because I'm always late, okay? But anyways, um but it was a lot of work for him, and he was very stressed out by the end. And it's like, Michelle, didn't you know this was happening? Honestly, I've seen so many. I was jaded. I've seen so many games in my life. I'm like, I saw the balloons, and I was just like, okay, yeah, Yanni, yeah, you're gonna marry me. We're playing this great, grand game. There's couples who are not married who give each other, oh, to my wife, to my husband. But they're not married. They're not anything. They're just giving themselves cutesy. It's a cutesy thing. It's not a real thing. So, um, this is hard, man. So I really applaud Yanni for what he accomplished on Valentine's Day, to get on one knee and to propose to me on that day. Have the ring ready, have all those things ready. He should have done it in the morning when his daughter was there. I don't know why he decided to do it at night. I realized he was really afraid I was going to say no, but whatever. Um, I don't know what other people expect. Ask them what they expect, what they want, and they can never say. And then from there, they're probably going to be like, people are not used to being asked what they want for Valentine's or for their birthday or anything. Like, I just asked my mom. I had a very frustrating conversation with my mother. Mom, what do you want for your 60th birthday? Like, what do you? Nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I don't nothing. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, this is not helpful, mom. This is not helpful. But okay, she will never be able to say I didn't ask her what she wanted. So now when I go and do what I need to do to celebrate her for her birthday, it's not on me because I really tried to ask her and she really diverted the question every time. When my son says to me, "What do you want?" I say, "I want Cam." I told him. I told him what I want. I tell him what it is I want. Do I get it? That's another thing. Um, the good thing is know people's love language. Know their love language. For me, act of kindness are my love language, little quirky things. Like that was very over the top what Yanni did. And that's the way for me to know what his love language is, like the big over the top stuff. For me, I like Andrea, give them an example of getting down on one knee, what it looks like.
I never had that experience. Sorry, I
She does a good example. Do it, Andrea, do it.
I never have a man said to me,
See, look at how it look.
"Will
How
you marry me?" Never, ever in my life. They just put the ring on my finger. That's it. End of it. Just put the ring on my finger. Never once. Not Casey, no one. They just put the ring on my finger. Sorry, sis. But never. I still feel now. Feel nice.
so so I applaud Yanni, and he was asking me days before, who do I ask to take you in marriage? I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Do I who do I need to talk to? Who do I? And that's what because days before you kept on talking about me getting married, you sent me all these texts about getting married, and I thought maybe the other day I was thinking maybe Andrea knew or something. You know, maybe he talked to you or something. I don't know.
In a dream. Oh, what? That could be nice. Oh, but I was so excited when sis asked me to be the planner for the wedding. I was overjoyed. I said, yes, yes, sis. I was, oh.
Yanni wanted to be married by his birthday, I think, or like before Andrea got married on the 21st. He wanted to be married right away. And I'm thinking, we got to get through this cancer. We got to get this cancer stabilized. We need a testimony in the cancer area.
Yeah.
Can we do that first? And I wanted him to do counseling too. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, can we get our cancer together before we do counseling? And I'm like, cancer is about your mind. You need to go to therapy first, okay? He didn't
You
want to
know
do it.
something? I couldn't wait till she's married. I'm home and just, come on, sis, come on, honey, let's go, let's go. I was telling sis, okay, you know, if I did see Yanni in person, say, okay, come here.
But he said August. He said we're gonna get married in August.
August, yeah, it was August.
That's what he said.
But you
So
never know what day in August.
so I think it was the 23rd. He kind of gave me that date.
The 23rd?
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
why. I'm not too sure why he gave me that date.
why couldn't it be the 1st of August?
He wanted the 23rd, but then he wanted
Right
now. Yeah,
away.
it was like, let's get married now. Let's get married now.
Oh my gosh. If I was with these two, or the, okay, let's go, come on, come on. If you guys don't married, I'm gonna marry. But guess what? I jumped the wrong Muslim man. I that was not wedding. It was just a performance, you know. But I did. I was so longing to be what do you call it? A wedding planner. I'm into wedding like water. I don't know. I love wedding. So yes, when sis asked me to be, I was. Me and sis was going through what the idea she wanted for her wedding, and I was like, ooh, I even wish, even on wish, I sent sis all kind of stuff. I see and wish wedding stuff. Oh my gosh, that was the happiest time of my life, you know. And I'm waiting, my heart aching, impatient. Those, that would be a time when if when I do something good, I say, okay, this is meant for me. But probably not gone too fast, um, but you know what? I leave it to God. I'm not sending to my sister. It is this woman. She loves to walk, 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 walk. Church, church,
I
walk.
kind of threw myself like I didn't know what to do with my after 9 o'clock came. I had to leave work. My friends were just like, you need to go home. I couldn't. Like I feel like I was lingering longer, like a workaholic. Like I was trying to throw myself into work in order to not think about what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like not to think about my life. So work can be a good thing and a bad thing, right?
Yeah, but sister, I don't know you go one day.
Ew,
I don't know you.
ew. I don't want to hear that word. Ew, no. No, that's no.
No, at the time.
Oh, before.
Oh, shoot! Sorry. No, 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 no.
No.
I meant to tell her that before, no, long time ago, I thought I'm a sister today. Come on, sis. I want a wedding. I thought I'm a sister for years. When are you gonna get married? You know? When are you gonna get married? Come on, I want a wedding. This love, this love church. You know, Father God is the reason why me and my sister together for this long. And when she's here, I'm so happy because she's the one that introduced me to church. When I was new here, um, I think God made the light go off for purpose. I don't know what happened. And that's how me and sis get to meet. 11 years we are best friends. But I took her actually my sister. And I'm calling my sister as the other was buried because I don't have any blood sister, three brother. And to be honest, I am happy to have a wonderful sister like my lady here, the queen. When she's here, I'm happy. When she's not here, I'm sad. I call, I knock, I feel
Well,
lonely.
that's what friends are for. Iron sharpens iron. Like I said, she's an example for me in faith because I lose faith very quickly to say, okay, let me just do my own thing. Let me call a taxi now. Let me. I had some money. I had a couple bucks in my purse actually that was for a coworker that I owed, so I needed to pay that. And if I had used that money, I wouldn't have been able to pay my coworker. So I would have put me back again.
Yeah,
So I'm glad that I just waited on God, even though it was painful.
yeah.
It was painful. Sometimes it's gonna be painful when you're waiting on God.
Mm-hmm.
Even like some of my friends ask me, how about not having sex before marriage? Because me and Yanni did not, you know. So, um, and you have to have somebody who's really on board too. Like a big thing about that is you have to have a man who is really your friend. That's how you know this guy is your friend. Because like that's one place that they have to be an example in. Because when you're weak,
Mm,
they have to be like, no, Michelle,
actually.
no, Michelle. I thought we were doing this whole waiting till marriage thing.
Oh, oh.
And so when they're weak, we women were very easy at saying no. Okay, we're very like
Mm-hmm. It
no,
makes
you know.
sense.
So we have to show how we love each other by saving each other from making mistakes. That's how I equate people's love. Is like, what type of mistake do they save me from making? If I'm constantly making mistakes with somebody around, not to blame the other person, but it means like, okay, this person doesn't love me because they're constantly allowing me to make this mistake.
Yeah,
I'm constantly in this mistake when I'm with this person. So therefore, this person doesn't care about me.
yep, right about that.
So it's the man that you're with where you're drinking and the man is like, okay, hun, it's time to put that glass down. Then you know that, hey, this man cares about me. The man
Mm-hmm.
is like, okay, yeah, drink, drink, drink until you die. We had a
Mm-hmm.
friend whose child drank some wine and then she died. I don't want to say their name to protect their identity. They were living upstairs. Her daughter, remember?
Yeah,
She was drinking at a party and then she died, remember?
yeah.
So, if
Right.
she had a man who was with her to say, you know what, honey, I don't think you should drink tonight. I
But
don't know. You've been acting strange. You give an excuse. When somebody loves you, they'll give you any excuse. Your boobs are getting big. I think you might be pregnant. Please don't drink. you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and a woman will think to themselves, wow, this guy really loves me.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
They really care. When someone is making sure that you do what you're supposed to do to be healthy,
Yeah,
that's when you feel like this person loves you,
yeah.
you know.
That's the real love.
um
It's hard to
let's
find.
exercise, let's, oh no, let's just eat all these donuts,
Mm,
let's just let's just eat McDonald's. Like, if I have a, I have to tell Yanni, I don't feel loved when you tell me, when you bring me to McDonald's, when you want to eat these like,
mm.
he ate so bad. Ugh.
I can't imagine, like,
So
okay,
I'm like, and he's like, what do you mean you don't feel loved? I was like, I don't feel loved. I don't feel like you care. You
that's
want
not
me
love, no.
to fill my arteries with crap,
Yeah. But
or
it's not love when a man kid to do McDonald's eat out. It is right food home, cook together, teamwork.
somebody who wants you to be healthy. And that's
Yes,
what health was a big is a big thing for me, and eating healthy and being healthy. So I had to voice that to him. But yeah, so the person who cares is a person is how you mark love. And how did we get into this conversation? I can't remember. Oh, when you're trying not to go to bed with somebody.
yeah.
So the man was like, "Come on, let's go. Let's hit the bed. Come on.
Hey,
They want to get you into sin quick. That person doesn't love you.
I know, I know. Been there, done that. Be be.
Somebody was like, "No, wait.
Mm,
Let's get married first.
the real man is hard to get. This man does want to get where they want to get. That's
I want to honor you. I want to show
mm,
people that I love you."
only through God you find those kind of man. Only through the Lord. I mean, I'm like, oh, nice man, yeah. I don't want to go to bed with the father. Okay. Oh, I'm a Christian. Really? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. I have that experience.
So the
Anyway,
night that he proposed, I was so tired. I was overtired. It was like, it reminded me of the night I was about to give birth to Divine. I
oh
was so tired.
gosh. Oh.
And I'm on the bed and I'm just like not feeling anything. And he did a live call with Kellyanne's grandparents. And I'm like, no, 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 I don't want to meet anybody right now. And like, he turned the phone, he's like, I'm like, hi, hi,
Oh my gosh.
because he wanted to introduce me to them before he proposed to me.
Exactly.
And
Because they
then,
want them to see who he proposed to. That's why he did that.
so then but he didn't propose then. And I'm in the bed. He gets up, he goes to the living room, and he calls me out. And I'm like, oh gosh, he is going to break up with me.
Oh my
Because he's
god.
like calling me out, like, I got something to talk to you about. I am
Mm-mm.
freaking out. I'm just like, okay, I am not taping this. The phone, you stay here because I don't want to ever remember this moment.
Exactly.
Little did I know that it was going to be the one moment I want to remember for the rest of my life.
You see, but it's the way he called you.
I thought I was in trouble.
Is it that? If it's a honey, and can you come out here for a minute? I need to see you. Then you will know that you're not in trouble.
But you know how his voice is. His voice is very deep. I don't, even if he said it like that, he
Oh,
can't, it's hard for him to sound nice, like
oh,
happy.
oh,
His
joy.
voice, like, because his voice is so deep,
I
right?
know.
So, anyways,
Oh my
I come
gosh.
out in the living room and I'm already sad. I'm already looking like, okay, yeah, I know this is over. This
Mm-mm.
is, you did all those balloons and everything for our last day together, and here we go, separating ways. So my eyes were already down, and he started to get on one knee, and I'm like,
It's so a surprise.
are you, what? Are you kidding me? And then he's like, move over here. He had me go on the couch because he couldn't, like, he was having trouble going on his knees properly. So he went on his knee by the chair or whatever. And he's like, will you make me the happiest man in the world? I promise I'm happy with you. Because that was a big thing with me. Like, I really wanted him to see him happy. And I told him that's the number one thing. If I don't see you happy, I'm going to leave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he made sure to put that in his statement. Okay.
Oh,
And I screamed maybe 3 times.
I can imagine.
And I hugged him and I left him there with the ring in his hand. And I don't think I even noticed him, like, because he's just like, okay, are you gonna marry me?
Still waiting, you know? That's a
And
happy
I said, of
moment.
course, yes.
Oh, that's a happy moment. I like, hi, excuse me.
Mm. Oh, oh,
Sorry, guys.
yes.
Uh,
We have to end this short. So that was that. Thank you. Bye for the live stream.
bye. Love you.